having that happen to a family. Anybody that thinks that that is acceptable to do that to a family, then I just don't have any words for that.
Well then, seems we need to talk again. Alright guys, I am back for this video that I said I would do if they all, if this all came out and if everything was answered and finally if the Inghams gave a response, and that has just happened. So Chris Ingham has just posted on his personal YouTube channel a video called The Reason for My Silence. It's a 23-minute video where Chris is sitting on his own and basically tries, I suppose it responds to this, but it's quite far from what I think we all wanted and expected if a video came out. Long story short, Chris is denying, of course, all of these allegations. He refers a lot to his family and saying how this is affecting them. He finally gives the real reason that they are moving house. Again, if you didn't know that, I did not cover that. But I know a lot of YouTubers who have been doing multiple videos on this situation have. If you didn't know, the Inghams put their house up for sale about 3 or 4 weeks ago, which was very strange because they just bought a brand new house. They'd just been doing it all up the way they wanted, and all of a sudden, boom, it's on the market. It was crystal clear that it was because of this situation, but they addressed it in their vlogs saying otherwise and saying it was for a different reason. So yeah, the video that Chris has posted, I have just finished watching it all, and I've got to admit, I don't know how I feel about it. He's been very smart in the way he's worded it. He has denied all allegations, so as far as we're aware, he knows what's going on with us, and he has said, he explicitly said, I am not a paedophile, I'm not a kiddie fiddler, I'm not all this, that and the other. And I was really shocked to find out that when they went to Australia recently, he was stopped by border security. Because someone had tipped them off saying that he was wanted in the UK. He also mentioned, of course, the lovely small YouTubers such as myself, YouTubers such as myself, who apparently take advantage of the situation for their own personal gain. Yeah, I do not feel that, I mean, I knew that was going to come. He made a point of saying it. I kind of knew that was going to come. At the same time, I think the whole thing in that video is he totally flipped it back on him. He totally flipped it back on everybody else and his family and said, he became the victim, basically. He really did. He did not mention at all any of the screenshots, any of the actual people. Now, I'm sure he actually can't do that legally, so I understand he can't mention names. But he did not mention any of the actual evidence. That is kind of the only reason that most of us base our opinion on whether we believe he was guilty or not, is because of the evidence. Yeah, he did not mention a thing about that. He just said, you're putting my wife, my pregnant wife, and my children through the absolute most stress. We're having to move. I got stopped at security for 3 hours while my pregnant wife was waiting with the kids. And I've got to be honest, I felt really sorry for him. In the video, I really felt sorry for him. And he said that's all he's going to say on it, and I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting a sit down, right, this screenshot is faked because, and this is this, because he's not going to do that, is he? He's just not. He's going to say, deny it and do what he did and, say, look, you guys, you need to stop because you're ruining our lives, la la la. But the one thing that he did not mention, and that really pissed me off, is the fact that he's saying it like this happened yesterday. He's saying, we're getting death threats and we're doing this and you guys are being like horrible and we're getting constantly had to delete our Twitter accounts because we're constantly getting absolute harassment, etc. And Chris, people, you have not addressed this situation for over 2 months. What do you think people are going to do? You're going to have a snowball effect. Starts off with one allegation. It gets twisted, diverted, and yes, I'm sure, absolutely distorted into what it's not. But that is also down to you, my friend. That is down to that you have not addressed the situation properly. If you made the video you had just made, but maybe a little bit more explaining, back 2 months ago, the minute this allegation was made, you may have saved yourself all of that hassle of moving, of death threats, of all this, that, and the other. And yes, I think it is horrible that you, like, Chris feels he has to leave his house and that he's getting death threats. I don't think anyone should do that, because if we remember rightly, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, there is actually no concrete evidence that he has done anything that is actually illegal within the UK or America, whatever it is. You know, I know there has been people coming out of the woodwork saying, oh yeah, you know, he did actually sleep with me, this, that, and the other, but we've never seen any concrete evidence that that's the case. Sure, we have seen that he's been possibly talking to minors and younger people that are way beyond his, you know, way younger than himself. And yes, that's morally wrong, but it's not actually illegal, and I think we're forgetting that. So, you know, he definitely deserved the rapport that we gave him, that people have been coming at him and saying things like, not harassing. Harassing is wrong. No one should have to be harassed. But I think the only reason we got a video we did from Chris finally is because of all of this building up. And I'm such a person of principle, and I think that was the right thing. This is what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear it. I only wish I heard it sooner. So, of course, I know, yes, he mentioned about small YouTubers taking advantage of his name and things like that. Hey, point me out, whatever. I am not doing this for money. I am doing this because it's very, very sensitive to me, because I have been watching the Inghams for, like I said, a long time, and I felt caught up in this situation. Because I view them and I've been following this girl, I just felt like, and I think we're forgetting, freedom of speech is very much a real thing and very much allowed. So, you know, when you comment down below, which by the way, in my past videos, everyone has stayed mature like I've asked, and most people have stayed matured like I've asked. They disable their comments and things on those videos, so I always like to put it down below. Like I said, if you feel that you need to call me out and say that, oh yeah, you are taking full advantage of his name, this is disgusting, la la la, then do it. But you're sitting behind a computer being just as bad as me doing that. So I guess it's a vicious circle. I don't mind. I'm making this video for the last time because I said I would in the last video. Also, it's a hot topic right now. People want to know about it. They're not educated about it, so they want to know. I'm going to keep this fairly short because you can watch the video. I will link it down below of what Chris has to say. Very much plays the victim. I did feel sorry for him, and I do feel sorry for him, the fact that it's got this far. And, you know, if he really is innocent, it's got this far. But I don't think there's anybody else to blame but yourself for that. They said that because they seeked legal advice, and the legal advice said that they should not comment on the situation. I'm sorry, but I don't think that's the right move at all, legally or otherwise. Because if he did that video, like I said, 2 months ago, when this had all just come out, he really would have had a proper chance he would have avoided most of this controversy and upset. And of course, the really serious things like the death threats and things like that. And at the end of the day, he keeps pulling back and saying, have any of you thought about my children? Have you thought about my family and my children and what the effect it's going to have on them? If you finally succeed to ruin my business and the Inghams, you're going to see my kids without a house and without their school and without this. And you're thinking, yes, I agree with you, but the only reason that all this is happening is because of allegations that were brought against you. If you did not have any of these allegations, or you tidied up your own mess before it hit the fan, then none of this would have been happening. For a while, I really did read into the video and I was very upset for him, and I really felt guilty for a hot minute, and then that really went away when I realised that this whole situation is not because of me or because of you watching this video. It's because of the two people that are involved, which was the person who made the allegation, or the people that have made the allegations, and Chris. People like me and you are spectators here. We are the ones that sit in back and that comment. And it's gonna happen. Can you really picture everyone having silence over this matter? Absolutely not. And when it regards something that's morally questionable, that is when people step in and give their opinion. Because if you don't give your opinion, what is the point? What is a moral? It's not. There's nothing to it. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit heated because I'm not knowing how to feel right now. I gotta admit, in the second video, I really was sort of, you know, erring to his side, and I was thinking, you know what, this is gonna be really, really bad if it really is absolutely all codswallop. And now I'm a little bit more angry because I feel that video was very unjustified and just not the answer we're going to get. But that's all we're going to get. He said that's all we're going to get, and that is all we're going to get. They're moving houses, so their location will be safe. He'll change his phone number. They'll get security, you know, and then it will disappear now. I don't know what else to say. Really, guys, what do you think now after watching that video? How do you feel about this situation? I just feel really upset for him and the family. I really do. But then on the other side, I feel so upset. I feel so angry, sorry, about it. And also, where is Jess at this point? What is she doing? You know, what is she going to respond to this video? And honestly, I don't think she's got a leg to stand on now. He's mentioned a couple of times that he's got the best legal teams in the UK. She's a young girl, and if anything, if that was me, I would feel terrified to say anything else. If it is true, like I said, I always play devil's advocate, and I always play both sides. And, you know, it's really upsetting. And that is going to be it for these videos from me. Please bear in mind that I do have the right to say whatever I want. This is my channel. You clicked on this video. You are more than welcome to leave a comment down below of how you feel. But I would just say bear in mind that if you do want to have a little dig at me, that you remember why this whole video is even being made, because of the situation. And I encourage you to share your opinions down below sensibly, because no one's going to listen to anybody who has to say anything that's just absolutely unjustified and mean. But yeah, that is it from the Chris Ingham situation. Bottom line, do I think he's guilty or not? I'm still not there. And I don't want to accuse a man who's innocent, and I don't want to let a guilty man be innocent. So I really don't know. I just want to share with you guys and see what you think, and that's it basically.